So it's not necessarily breaking, but it is the news of the week and the day. Let's talk about unemployment claims. New claims were at 375,000, which is a little more than they expected. Uh, Continuing 2,800,000, which is a little bit below what they expected. But these numbers have been virtually the same now for how long, Jonathan? I mean, we've been these these numbers have almost been identical
It's growing
for
mold.
the
6 months.
Yeah.
It's been
easy.
a while.
Yeah.
And
Talk about
they're going to
consistent.
continue to do this because you're going to have all these people that are going to lose their jobs for not getting the vaccination throughout the areas that are requiring it.
Some counts are down, like all the COVID counts are down in both North and South Carolina.
That,
That's a good thing.
that's beside the point.
That's
Freddie Mac actually.
Yeah.
I'll interrupt you, Bill, but it's a big win for us. I mean, our 8-year-old has not missed any school this year. So
That's awesome.
in person. So that's a big deal.
right.
Well, that is always good,
Yeah.
especially for your wife. 'Cause-
Well, and the test scores for schools are just off the charts terrible from what they've tested from last year. So it was almost like last year was a wash for everybody.
Well, you know, I'll brag on my daughter. She they did the test for her, and she scored where they want the kids to be at the end of this year, and most of the other kids in the class are below where they should have been at the end of last year. And,
Chip off the old block.
Oh man! Well, most of that credit goes to my wife for homeschooling. So that was good.
That's awesome.
Well, I've been tested too, but it's just to see if I'm crazy or not.
And he failed it.
The Fed chair announced that inflation may last longer than they thought.
Oh, that's it.
I saw that. It's going to be a little bit more longer transitory than we thought, and it's like, can you just drop the word transitory? It's like we're going to have transitory inflation for the next decade. It's like what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that works.
Well, it is a transition. It's just over a long. It's more like a glacial transition.
That's not melting.
So obviously that caused some rates to go up a little bit, and so Freddie Mac, their 30-year fixed rate mortgage is all the way up to 3%.
Oh, that's it. The boom's gonna stop.
So as I'm listening to the business shows, I'm just giggling because they're saying, "Oh yes, now that rates are up, prices are going to come down."
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to get rid of their houses, or they can't afford the new houses, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, it's 3%, people.
Yeah.
It's still very affordable, and there are some people that are speculating that prices, home values, will start coming down, which we all know is a bunch of crap. You might lower your asking price, but you're not going to be lowering values. It may lower the rate of appreciation, but we're not going to see values go down.
Yeah, and I think terms are going to change more than anything. And by that, I mean, who's going to end up paying closing costs? Are there going to be seller credits available for things that may need to be repaired? You're not getting as many multiple offers on a house as you were previously. It's so those kind of terms are going to change.
Well, they can always
bit.
come back out with the 40-year term too.
Yeah.
If they need to.
Yeah, that would be wise.
Well, listen, most people don't keep 30-year mortgages. It's just the payment term.
Yeah.
Most people are going to move or refinance or do something. So you can put them for 50 years. It doesn't really matter.
Well, the other thing that's interesting too is Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae have kind of backed off of reducing the amount of investor mortgages and second mortgages in their portfolio. So they're now allowing more and buying more. I think they realized that was a big mistake to run away from the investor world because they're the ones that are paying.
Yeah.
So,
They're the ones paying, even though the moratoriums have negatively affected them the most.
That's exactly right. Well said. Well said. That's exactly right.
Okay, one more piece of great news.
You're so exciting, Bill.
I am. No, I'm so excited. There's nothing
Calm
exciting
yourself,
about
Bill.
me.
Easy.
Our GDP for the second quarter, they did the final reading for the second quarter, and it was at 6.7%. This is a little bit late in the game, but it's up a full percentage point higher than their first reading. Again, this is rearward facing. So I see things slowing down because we have inventory issues. And then with the D variant, there was a lot of places closed or not having much traffic. I know that Bed Bath and Beyond changed their forecast going forward. They can't get anything, and no one's showing up at their stores.
Well, that's what I'm really wondering how we're really going to be affected. Somebody posted on Facebook page this morning a picture of a Sherwin-Williams store, and the shelves literally were empty. There might have been 2 or 3 cans of paint where there once were hundreds of paint to choose from. And it's just the supply chain is off the chain. There's nothing going on, and I wonder how much longer that's going to last. I mean, it's affecting everything in our construction world. It's affecting everything.
Yesterday, I was looking at a fishing website, and they had 2 new spinning rod additions to their menu, so to speak. And
Obviously, he's wasting his time, Jonathan.
I didn't say I was doing it during work.
But we know you were.
But I could have been. So anyway, it said there's these 2 rods, and it says new, big picture, new. You click it on, out of stock.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to notice that on Amazon items too. You're going to see stuff that's either out of stock or they're going to have shipping delays.
Oh, Christmas trees. I hear you need to go out and buy your Christmas tree. If you're going to do a fake one.
It's the Christmas tree lobby.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been trying to buy a dryer. Well, on a washer dryer set, you can get washers, which is not really what I need. I need a new dryer, but I can't get a dryer.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Wow.
You're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You have to put up a
clothesline.
I just tie it to my kids' bicycles and just let them go through the neighborhood.
That's smart.
That's the quick dry.